Hi, my name is Trisha Albrechtsen, and I get to spend a few minutes with you this morning telling you how you can structure your business here at Actives to make as much money as possible. If you sign up in Actives and you start building and you're doing a great job and you're building it as a business and you hit the level of A6, they will give you another business center. If you owned a traditional business and you were a great business owner and did great with your customers, but they give you a second business, no, that's unheard of in traditional business. But here at Actives, they will do that very thing. They'll give you a second business at no cost to you because you're doing such a great job. So why would you want a second business center? We're going to call this BC for simplicity as we go through this. So BC means business center. Why would you want a second one? Well, I'm going to show you. You can make more with the same effort. That's pretty cool. You're going to do the effort anyway. Why not make more while you're doing it? The goal is to sign up 10 business partners in your first 90 days of being a part of Actives. This puts you in what's called the 500 Club. This means that you can get $500 or $750 in product credits or an iPad. But more importantly than that, it's going to set up the foundation for your business. So I want you to think of this as if you are the CEO and these are your vice presidents. These are the people that you trust, that you want to work most closely with, that you respect, that have integrity, that are hardworking, that have vision. So I've thrown in some names here. These are all fictitious names. So if there are anyone that you know, it was by accident. But these are all names that we're going to say that you signed up as 10 partners. This is going to create momentum and get your business running. Every leader that we know that's ever reached the top of network marketing, including my husband and I, we've all had to take some time and create momentum. It's a step that you cannot skip, and it's a step that you can't get to the top without doing. If somebody were to just slowly build their business, it almost feels like people are falling out at the same rate that they're getting in at some point. It becomes kind of a revolving door and they get stuck. But if you create momentum and you put people in a short period of time, you're going to sift out and find leaders in that group. And it creates a little bit of fear of loss because they're working against each other. They want to, well, working with each other, but it's a little bit of friendly competition where they don't want to be left behind. They don't want to miss out and they don't want somebody else to make it and they get left back. So it creates a different dynamic. If it has to be done at some point in your business, why not now? Why not today? Some people will see this and will step out and do their momentum quickly, and they'll be able to benefit much quicker and have the benefit for much longer. Other people might decide to do this. They'll draw a line in the sand 5 years from now and say, okay, I really want to treat this like a business. I'm ready to step up into a new place. And they'll draw the line in 5 years and start their momentum then. But the amount of money that they will have lost that could have impacted a nonprofit or their children or saved their parents from a dire situation is unmeasurable. So I would suggest don't wait, because if you're going to do it at some point, do it now. If you've been in Actives already longer than 90 days, your 500 Club window may have closed, but the corporate office sometimes will have a promotional period where they open that 500 Club window back up for everyone. So if you've already hit it in your first 90 days, you can hit it again by bringing in another 10 partners. Or if you missed it in your first 90-day period, then you have a chance at that promotion during that period of time. So check with your upline, find out if we're in one of those windows right now. Really though, you can do this at any time, because really you're just creating momentum in your business. And if you do it outside of a window or after your first 90 days, you're not going to get the extra $500, but you're still going to see the benefits that come through creating the momentum. And you're going to more than make that back as your business grows. So don't let the 500 Club hold you back. But if you are in one of those windows, do let it spur you forward. Alan Morganson, way back in the 1930s, coined a phrase you've probably all heard of: work smarter, not harder. That's what I want to show you today. What we do is very simple. It can feel like hard work sometimes, but it's really doing very simple steps over and over. But if we can work smarter in the process, isn't that the whole point? So if you're going to sign up 10 anyway in a 90-day period, here's a suggestion of how to make that work smarter for you. Instead of taking 90 days to sign up 10 people, do it in 30. If you accomplish this, the company will unlock your second business center early. Right now, the compensation plan says when you hit A6, you get your first business center. When you hit A8, they give you another. When you hit A10, they give you another. But rather than having to wait till you're at A6, you can actually unlock it by doing 10 people sign up in 30 days. This doesn't have to be a calendar month. This can go from the day that you sign up your first person and get excited and turn on this momentum that you're going to create. Let's say you make the decision on the 13th of the month. And then you start planting seeds and you start sending out invites and you start sending out texts and videos and reaching out to people and inviting people to see meetings via Zoom or with your upline, and you start the process. Well, it might take a week or 10 days to get your first person to see the information, go through the funnel, get their questions answered, and actually sign up. So maybe you decided, earlier in the month, but maybe you don't actually start that 30-day period until the 25th of the month when Bill signs up. Well, that starts your clock ticking. So now we have 30 days from the 25th to find 9 more people. So hopefully you've got enough people in the funnel, you've planted enough seeds during that time that Bill was growing and building his belief in this. Maybe Fred and Mary and Carrie and Lucy and John and Donna and Paul and everybody else were looking at it as well. You have to plant enough seeds so that you can get a harvest. You can't just talk to 10 people and hope that 10 people will get in. You might have to talk to 100 to get 10. You might talk to 200 to get 10. But it might just be the best thing you ever do. I promise it's something you won't regret. As you look back, I fondly look back to those periods of momentum when we've just put it all on the line and we've worked really hard. And I look at those lives that have been changed, and I look at how many times they've told me thank you and how many tears have been shed and how much gratitude. I don't regret that in the least. I mean, there's people that told me no, there's people that told me all sorts of things. But the ones that I remember are the stories of the people who said yes, and the lives that were changed, and the way that their whole future's changed. So it's worth it. If you have to talk to 200, or if you have to talk to 300, maybe the people that you know are really stuck in their rut and they're just not looking as much, you might have to talk to 300 to find your 10. But is it worth it? If you have to turn over a little bit more soil to get your seeds to grow, is it worth it? It absolutely is. If you accomplish this during a 500 Club window, whether it's your first 90 days or a period that the company set aside, then you'll get your second business center and you'll get the 500 Club title and the payoff. But even if you don't do it within a 500 Club window, you're still going to get that second business center. And I'm going to show you how that's going to impact your life. When you get your second business center, it just shows up on your first level like you'd sponsored it, just like one of these other people that you brought into the business, but it's actually you. So it's you, number 2. So if you do that within a 30-day period, that means that those people are still able to be moved. We have a little period of time after you've signed somebody up that you're able to move them and place them if you want them somewhere strategic. So our suggestion is keep 3 of your strongest builders, people that ran right out of the gate. So Fred and Mary and John saw this, they started talking to people, they started going through the training and doing the steps and inviting people and signing people up right out of the gate. There are what we call builders or our runners. You want to keep those people on level 1 because they are going to need to build big organizations. We're going to help them do that. You're going to help them build their organizations really big and strong to be able to balance everything that you're going to now move down underneath number 2. And there's more people down underneath number 2. So over time, that could build a very, very strong leg. We want to make sure that Fred and Mary and John have that potential to build really strong legs too, to give you balance so that business center number 1 can hit A16. So that's the first focus. We don't want to build both the business centers right off the bat. You want to make sure number 1 is very strong. And then we put everybody else down underneath number 2. These are some of our incubators, our people that we're not sure if they're going to build. They're not sure if they're going to build. And they're kind of looking at everything and kicking the tires, so to speak. With incubators, we just want to keep them in the know. We want to keep them aware of the calls, keep them aware of what's going on, reach out to them, check on their goals periodically, see what we can do to help them, and reach through them as quickly as we can to start to sign people up, because you'll find leaders down underneath them that will shore them up. But in the meantime, we want to make sure that Fred and Mary and John are getting our attention and growing. So what does that look like? Well, the compensation plan is going to pay you 10% on that first level. So you're going to get paid off of anything that Fred and Mary and John order in their auto ships, 10%. And then anybody that they sign up on the next level, I've only shown the next level underneath number 2, but there's going to be stuff under Fred and Mary and John as well. So anything on that next level, you're going to get 4%. But if you look carefully where we've drawn it right here, underneath Business Center number 2, you're actually getting 14% instead of 4%. Guys, that's more than 3 times what you would have gotten if all of this just showed up underneath John or Mary or Fred, because you're getting paid 10% to Business Center number 2, which is you. And then you're getting the 4% that you would have gotten had it been underneath John or Mary or Fred, just one of your people that you'd signed up. You would have gotten the 4%. So you're still going to get that. Your first center gets paid 4%. Your second center gets paid 10%. So overall, anything underneath Business Center 2, that Bill, Carrie, Lucy, Glenn, Shay, and Dawn, you're going to get 14% from their auto ships instead of 4%. That's huge. And then beyond that, I drew out the next couple of levels just briefly so you could see, as Dawn or Shay or Glenn or any of those people sign people up, anything on that next level, you're going to get 12% instead of 8%, because you're getting 4% paid to Business Center 2, and you're getting 8% paid to Business Center number 1 for a total of 12%. Same thing happens on the next level down for a total of 14% instead of 6%. It's more than double for the same work you would have done anyway. So here's what it would have looked like if that person that's now blank was not Business Center 2, and it was just someone that you had sponsored. You'd get 10%, 4%, 8%, 6%. Or 10%, 14%, 12%, 14% for the same exact work. So which would you rather receive? Is it worth doing a little burst of momentum and a little burst of energy one time so that you can unlock this and get a double to triple payoff on anything that you do down underneath Business Center number 2? You're the owner and you get to choose. You get to choose how many days a week your business is open. You get to choose how many clients you welcome into your shop, so to say, into your business, into your life. You can create momentum right now that will set you up for going to A16, all the way to the top of the company, and you can make more money for your efforts just by doing a 30-day push and signing up 10 and unlocking that second business center. At Actives, they're all about trying to help us activate every part of our life. That means our health, our well-being, our personal assessment of ourselves, our confidence, our time, our finances. It's all just a big package. That includes getting the most out of the compensation plan. This is the only company I've ever seen where the CFO might actually call you personally. It's happened periodically through my team. I get phone calls and people are like, the CFO just called me and told me that if I do A, B, and C, I can get a bigger bonus. I can get a bigger return. I can help my business to grow. And he's looking and he's trying to figure out ways all the time that people are leaving money on the table and help them figure out how to put it back in their pockets. It's amazing. Actives is different. It's a different kind of company, and we're so glad that you're here. We are so glad this is going to be able to make an impact on your finances, on your future, and empower you to make some real money, because we know that good people, when they make good money, they go do good things with it. And this world needs a lot of good people doing good things with it. So thanks for being here at Actives. Let's go change the world.